Hey, shalom, shalom. I want to begin this lesson giving all praises, all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakapadash. Also, I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. And as always, peace, love, and many blessings unto the elect. It's your brother Itazawam coming back to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai with another lesson. And Lord willing, I do hope and pray that it's edifying. Okay, today's topic is going to be entitled, The Lord will soon grant us authority over the flesh. The Lord will soon grant us authority over the flesh. Right now, as we stand, we are in chains of darkness. Our spirit is being housed in earthen vessels. Okay, and these vessels that we have right now, this current body, it pretty much has a mind of its own. We have limited power over this body. Okay, we don't have the spirit in us right now to make the body do the things that we want it to do. But in the kingdom of heaven, we'll be given that power, okay, through the spirit. Okay, that's why we have to grow spiritually, because the more that we grow in the spirit and get closer to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, okay, we become incorruptible. Okay, and incorruption is basically immortality, meaning you can't die. And that's the highest form of life, is not being able to die. But right now, as we stand in this current body, in this current flesh, we can perish. Okay, like the scriptures say, this is the sentence over all flesh. Okay, now being here in the planet Earth, we've pretty much diminished from our power. We were once renowned. We were once men of a higher stature. We were able to do some very magnificent things in these bodies. But through sin and through the process of time, we've gotten smaller, and the capabilities of the things that we were once able to do has been limited, which is why the scriptures say that we're in these chains of darkness. So I'm gonna go into it to show that eventually the Lord will give us that power back over the body. Okay, right now you can't control the body. The body has its own needs and desires. When you get hungry, you can't control your hunger. You can't manipulate your body or transform or translate. You can't fly. You can't hold your breath underwater but for a certain amount of time. Okay, you get tired. But in the kingdom of heaven, we'll have power over that. We won't be subject to the flesh, but we will have spiritual bodies. We'll have bodies that'll be able to dwell in the earth, but we'll be given power over that body. We won't be a prisoner to the flesh. All right, so this is the word body here in the online etymology. All right, it says trunk of a man or beast, the whole physical structure of a human or animal, a material frame, material existence of a human, main or principal part of anything. Let me see what else I want to get. It says life. It says in part of the dress which covers the body. So basically, the body is a vehicle. Okay, it's a vehicle that the Lord gave us to house our flesh. I'm sorry, to house our spirit. Salaki. Okay, and these bodies were intended, to be to function on a high level. If we implemented the law, statutes, and commandments, these bodies would function on top performance level. But through sin, we've diminished, and we've pretty much have limitations on what we could do in the body. That was the punishment. So this is let me get into the scriptures. Okay, this is the book of 2 Corinthians 5:1. It says, for we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, meaning if you perish, we have a building of the Most High, and a house not made with hands, in eternal in the heavens. So when you're translated from the body, the physical body here in the earth, okay, and you go to the spiritual realm, the Lord puts your spirit in a heavenly body. Now we don't know what they look like, because obviously we in the flesh. Okay, but even in the heavens, you have a tabernacle or a vehicle that's equipped for the heavens. Okay, Verse 2, for in this we groan, earnestly desiring to be clothed upon with our house which is from heaven. Yeah, because we want those spiritual bodies. Okay? You get tired of bearing certain infirmities, and you get tired of certain thoughts plaguing you. And, you get tired of being limited, okay, and made subject to this flesh. You get tired of you eat something, you get the fucking itis. You don't have the motivation. You having all kind of body pains and body aches. Okay, so we want to be in a higher level of body with maximum performance. Okay, verse 3. If so be that being clothed we shall not be found naked, for we that are in this tabernacle do groan, being burdened, because it's a burden being in this body. That's why, we exhort and encourage brothers to do the best that they can and take care of it. Okay? Because, man, when this thing starts to deteriorate, and break down, it takes a lot to build it back up. But if you take care of it, to the best of your ability, it'll you'll be able to, bear more, should I say. Because it's just a burden in itself being here in the flesh. Okay? It says, not for that we would be unclothed, but clothed upon, that mortality might be swallowed up of life. And that's the point. Okay? We're here in the flesh to overcome it, so that the mortality of the flesh can be swallowed up by the spirit of life, meaning we can overcome that spirit. Because ultimately the sentence of this flesh is death. But when we trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, okay, then that sentence won't be over the election, because they'll escape it, okay, through immortality. And that's going to show the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's when he'll give us the authority over the flesh, is when we escape that spirit of death. Because the scriptures tell you in 2 Corinthians, I believe it's 15 and 26, it says that the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. Okay? And how is death going to be destroyed? By overcoming it with life. But we have to be in these weak vessels in order to overcome that spirit, so it can show the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? Because if we didn't have the Lord, there's no way we're conquering this flesh. It's too fucking powerful. Okay? This is Wisdom of Solomon 9, and I'm going to start at verse 14. For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. Okay? Verse 15, for the corruptible body presseth down the soul. So the way your body feels, the mood you in and all that, it can press down your soul, man. You're waking up with headaches, back pains, sharp pains in your arm and chest, your stomach hurting, feeling bloated. Okay? You try to get up and go up a half a flight of stairs, your knees popping and cracking. Okay? So that stuff can press your soul down, man. It can weigh you down, man. You can get tired. You can, fucking body, man. Okay? So it says, for the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthy tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things. So this is the earthy tabernacle, okay? Because we were made of the earth. Like the scriptures tell you in the book of Genesis, okay? He made Adam from the soil, okay? And that soil that Adam was created in was in the depths of the ocean, at the bottom of the sea, okay? Because all man came out of the waters, okay? On the fifth day, the Lord brought all living things out of the water, okay? And put them on land. And he, designated land creatures and he designated sea creatures, but all life came out of the water. Okay? And so did man. Okay? So we were created from the dust of the earth, from the soil of the earth and water. Okay? So that body that we have, okay, it can be pressed down, man. Okay? Verse 16, and hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon the earth. So even here in the earth, we still don't even fully understand the function of the body here in the earth. we still have limitations on us, man. And that's like I said, that's those chains of darkness. That's what really, to be honest, it should be motivation for you to continue in this truth, so that you can inherit those new bodies, man. Okay? It says, and hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon the earth, and with labor do we find the things that are before us. So you got to search and dig for the things that are here in the earth. But the things that are in the heaven, who have searched out? Because the Lord can't reveal unto us extreme heavenly things, because we're not in the heavens, we're in the earth. And we really need a new body in order to comprehend the heavens, man. So therefore, when Yahushua comes back and the elect is translated and get those new spiritual bodies, we'll be able to comprehend the spirit and the flesh together. And that's going to bring about the power of the Lord. So eventually we'll be given that authority. Right now we just don't have it. Okay, this is Romans 8:3. Okay, it says, for what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh. Okay, so the flesh is weak when it comes down to trying to keep the law to the best of your ability. You know, eventually you slip. All men have sinned and fallen short of the glory of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The only man recorded in the scriptures who never sinned was Yahushua. And that was because it was his lot, it was his portion to live according to that prophecy and fulfill it. Okay, so that we can see that this current flesh can overcome this world. Okay, so it says, for what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, but the Most High, sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh. So he condemned sin in the flesh because why? Because he was in it, and he didn't fall for the enticements and the lusts and the temptations like every other man and woman. Okay, he kept the law perfectly. He fulfilled it, and by doing so, it showed the believers that we also can condemn sin in the flesh by believing in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and following his way to the best of our ability. Okay, so that eventually we'll condemn the sin in this flesh, and that'll give us the power. So we have to go through some rough times. We have to deal with oppositional forces challenging us and trying us, so that we can condemn it in the same flesh as these sinners. Verse 4, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh but after the spirit. Everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Okay? That's the driving force of life. The spirit. If there was no spirit in anything, there's no life. Okay? See, a lot of people get caught up in what they can see. And that's what the flesh is, what you can see. You can't see the spirit. The spirit is a vibration, it's a frequency. Okay? And you have low vibrational spirits and you have high vibrational spirits. Okay? And these things interact with each other on a daily basis. They war. Okay? So when you operate in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you condemn the lower or the lesser, which is the flesh. Okay? That's what the scriptures are saying. We don't walk after the flesh. We walk after the spirit, so that we can condemn sin in the flesh. Verse 5. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. And that's why when you see Jake and you see these people out here, they into fashion and BBLs and jewelry, you know, all kind of the aesthetics, the nice cars, and, you know, the fancy lifestyles. Okay? They're into the flesh. They're into wrath and malice and envy, controversy, contention. Okay? These are all things of the flesh. It says, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. Which is who? Starting off with the elect. All right? We mind things of the spirit. That's why we watch the videos. That's why we do videos. That's why we go to camp. That's why we pray. That's why we study. That's why we fellowship. That's why we exercise charity. That's why we exercise faith and patience and long suffering and gentleness and brotherly love and mercy and all those different things, because we mind the things of the Spirit. Verse 6, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And it gives you a peace of mind, even in the midst of chaos and controversy that you may be dealing with. When you after the Spirit, it protects your peace, because you know that eventually Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to make everything right. Okay? And that's where the authority comes in at. That's when you start to be able to better control your flesh. Okay? And there's also discipline too. Okay? Because you have to take care of the body to the best of your ability, man. You have to. You know, you have to put certain things in your body in order to, you know, continue to go forward. You know, get into your herbs, drinking your waters, going to exercise, walks. Okay? Getting an adequate amount of sleep, if possible. That's a task in itself, you know. But you have to follow after the spiritual things, and that gives you more authority over the flesh. That's why you don't be moved or you don't respond as others, because you mind the things of the Spirit. Okay? Let's get another scripture. All right, this is 2 Corinthians 4:7. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels. What is this treasure? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So the Lord has taken heavenly information and inserted it into the minds of men in the earth with broken down earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of God and not of us. Because if we had this prestigious stature and we were glowing and we had the abs and, you know, the anime face, you know, with the anime cuts, you know, with the proper jawline and, you know, hairline up to par, you know, a nice crop of hair, you know, and we had this truth, then that can take away from the power of the Lord. But see, the Lord brought us all the way to a lower state, put us in chains of darkness. You know, certain brothers are physically, you know, have physical ailments and physically impaired in certain areas. Certain brothers may have, you know, certain schisms in the flesh, you know, certain infirmities. And the Lord still give us this truth so that the power, the excellency of his power may be glorified in us. And it takes away from us exercising pride, and it gives all the glory to Yahweh Bashim Shai that we have this heavenly knowledge in these earthen vessels. Okay? And that's what gives us the power over it, man. Okay? So I'm gonna get this last scripture and close it out. This is Paul's account of having a thorn in the flesh. It says, "At least I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations," because Paul was on a high level. And, you know, it was a lot that was revealed unto Paul. Okay? So he said, you know, so he wouldn't be exalted above measure through the abundance of revelation. It says, "There was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, at least I should be exalted above measure." Okay? So there are certain things that come upon you in this flesh to keep you humble. Okay? As the Lord continues to elevate you in the spirit. Okay? And that's gives us the power over it. Okay? Because although our flesh, it feels like it's diminishing, our spirit is increasing. And it's going to get to a point to where our spiritual growth is going to be so high that we're going to have to be translated into new bodies. Faith is coming, man. Well, faith is already here, but higher levels and doses of faith is coming before the great and notable day of the return of Yahweh Shai. Okay? So Paul was given a thorn in the flesh. He had some type of, it was fucking with him. You know, whatever, you know, the messenger of Satan buffeted him with, you know, it took, you know, it attacked his flesh. It said, "For this thing I besought the Lord thrice that it might depart." And I'm pretty sure it's a host of other brothers who have certain infirmities or thorns in the flesh that you probably prayed to the Lord, asked the Lord to take it away, but the Lord will keep that infirmity on you. It's not that he's not answering your prayers, but the Lord will keep that infirmity on you to keep you humble. All right? And it says, "And he said unto me, My grace is sufficient for thee. Okay? So the Lord is showing like, hey, although you have this storm, I'm still keeping you alive. My grace that I'm showing towards you is sufficient for you, man. Just endure. All right? For my strength is made perfect in weakness. And it gives us the opportunity to show strength in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Because the Lord know that we're bearing, something in the flesh. And sometimes it bothers you. Sometimes it's less than other days, But guess what? By bearing it, and continuing to push on, it's showing that your spirit is getting stronger in your weakness. Okay? Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Mashiach may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasures in infirmity, in reproaches, in necessities, persecutions, distress, for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, I am strong. So our spirit is taking more control. Okay? And our flesh is being broken down. Because one has to elevate and the other has to diminish. Okay? So when Yahushua comes back, Lord willing, we of the elect will inherit those bodies, and we'll have full 100% power over the flesh, man. So Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Makakodash. Hey, double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, honors, many blessings to the elect. Shalom.